Well, women do go to the hairdresser more than once a year, you know. So yeah.
Well, I was trying to grow it out, but I prefer it being...
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, it looks great, yeah.
Right then, let's go find some traffic.
Alright.
I mean, I don't know Warrington too well.
Well, I'm
so
not
if there's
a
any
driver.
direction.
Well, no, I'm not a driver.
Are you not?
No, I passed my test first time years ago.
Yeah.
But then I had an accident on my first solo outing, so I kind of.
Oh, I'll take it easy then.
It wasn't my car, it was my husband's car as well. And, it's flashed.
Oh,
he said, give him a hand.
So have you just moved back from?
Yeah, we were living in Crewe for a while after we moved up from down south, and been here for about almost just exactly a year, really. I think.
Yeah. Are you enjoying being back?
Sometimes, yeah. It's weird, you know. It's like it's the same, but it's different.
Yeah.
So, and there are even some people that I know from, you know, when I was at art school here. You know,
that's nice.
Like the person that runs the folk club. I was at college with him, but it's weird. I've not had the courage to actually go and even see him. You know, because it's like, you know, you're not the same person as you were like 50 years ago or however. I can't remember when it was. I left 1970 or something like that. When
my God.
Last time I really lived here, but I did come back a lot because my parents were here. You know.
Yeah. So. Did you say you lived in London as well? I bet that's quite different.
Yeah. We went from Warrington. Went to Newport Art College.
Yeah.
Then lived in a place like, you know, Cambridge, Ware in Hertfordshire. Then went down to London, lived in Shepherd's Bush and Ealing and Uxbridge, Watford. Then Crewe, then back here.
Oh wow.
So like a circular thing.
Yeah. I've kind of gone across the northwest. I'm from Anglesey.
Right. Oh yeah.
Then I moved to Liverpool, then to Manchester, and now Warrington. So
yeah, you've been going the other way.
And forwards, yeah.
London got too expensive, really. It was, you know, it was fine in the early days. You could get we built our own studio in Cable Street, you know, in the East End. Nice. Some artists took this warehouse and gave us the materials, and we each built our own studio.
That's fun. So did you didn't go to art school in Warrington, you went down
no, I went to art school in Warrington at the art school building, you know, that's being redeveloped.
Yeah, that's across the street from my studio.
Yeah, that was my art school, and then Newport from there.
What was the art school like in Warrington?
Oh, it was great, you know, it was perfect. It was like, you know, a real proper art school.
Yeah, the building looks beautiful from outside.
It was really good. And the teachers were very good.
Was there many of you on the courses?
Yeah, quite a few, yeah. It's hard to remember how many now. You know, it was full, you know, it was a proper thriving thing. We never knew that it was fairly new to have art schools.
Right.
You know, like something to do with some Coldstream or somebody. I don't know. But we just took it for granted, you know. We left school and there was an art school, you know.
Yeah.
So we went there and we got a little grant, well, not materials grant and things like that. So.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You know, I mean, and now that's all changed, hasn't it? I think, anyway.
Yeah. I think I'm in the wrong plane. Thank you. People are quite nice.
Have you done many of these now?
No, you're my first one.
No, because you had lots of dates.
I did, yeah.
So I assumed that like some other people were.
No, so there's about 5 people in total. I haven't prepared any questions because I thought
oh well, that's good.
Because I wanted it to be more like a conversation, as getting to know one another. And
really prepared any answers.
No, that's fine. Because I was like, maybe I should prepare some questions, but then.
Hard to remember actually what you have done, you know. You just do things and then you move on to the next thing, so it's really hard to remember.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I loved living in London and the south, but after a while, well, my mum died for a start. That was in 1996, I think. And then my dad was living on his own in Warrington, so I thought, well, you know, should really be nearer to her.
Yeah.
So that was one of the reasons why I came back up. And, you know, so from then on, I've past 18 years, I think it was, we were living in Crewe.
Yeah.
Why?
Bringing it all back.
Yeah, I don't know why we were there. It was cheap, you know. I get on with my work and everything, so it was fine.
Yeah. So, what made you go to art school? Did you always want to?
Yeah,
you always quite.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the only thing I ever wanted to do. You know?
Yeah.
That was, you know, I remember I was trying to get into the second college after Warrington, and I told a friend of mine, you know, if I don't get into that art college, I'm going to kill myself.
Oh.
And of course he went and told my parents, and they took it well. And I said, no, I wouldn't really. But then I thought, well, I probably would, because you know it was the only thing I ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
And God knows why, because it's hard, isn't it? You know?
It is, yeah. Did your parents have anything anyway?
Well, my dad was a teacher, so he was very keen on art, primary school teacher, and he encouraged the children. You know, he would let you go to the front of the class and paint a picture that you wanted to paint, things like that, and he put art in the rooms. You know, he chose prints and things. And
oh, that's really nice to have someone that's quite supportive.
Yeah. And my great granddad did sort of watercolours and things. He was a carpenter.
Oh, lovely.
So my mum thought I got it from him, really.
Yeah.
I never met him, but
it's nice that though, isn't it? Because you feel like you've got. My granddad was a similar painter, woodworker, and you feel like you've got a connection there, don't you?
I think my my mum's dad, anyway, my great granddad. No, I don't know what it was. Anyway, no, I think. Anyway, I think she said he carved a lectern in the St Mary's Church in town. You know, he was that good. He was.
That's nice.
Yeah. I get mixed up as to generations, so that was her granddad. Yeah, so it's my great granddad.
Great granddad, yeah. I grew up with 8 grandparents and like 3 great grandparents, so I'm kind of used to like saying, I'm going to try and turn around and get.
There's not much traffic down there.
No. I think we can do this, right?
Oh yeah, so it's pretty quiet down this road.
Yeah.
So another reason that at the moment, like 30 years ago, I had my first solo show at Warrington Museum.
Oh wait, this 30 years ago this year?
Yeah, on the 1st of November.
Oh wow.
And for that, I made a video, as well as the paintings, I made a video. The first video we've ever made. And at the moment I'm making a new video kind of about that video.
Oh.
And I'm hoping to show it at the museum on the 1st of November as a one-off thing.
Yeah.
But it's like hard to, you know, because all the, you know, the main galleries are all used up. I mean, your show, you know. So if I can't show it at the museum, I'll show it somewhere else, and then put it on YouTube, of course.
Yeah. What? I mean, they've got the open exhibition, which will be opening on October the 4th as well.
Right.
I mean, that's earlier than November, but it might. Although I don't know what.
Depends what Roger's got in mind.
Yeah. Have you been in touch with him yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's really good.
Yeah. I was going to collaborate as well with another artist, but she was interested, but I think she's cooled off now. I think she sees how much
I
work
think
there
that's
is.
Alice.
Yeah.
She's going backwards and forwards to Glasgow quite a bit, so she's quite busy.
So you know that might not happen. But
yeah. So how's the video coming along?
Well, I've collected most of the visuals for it, and I taped some conversations with local people at the time, like the Sonny Lowry, the channel swimmer, and a rugby player who knew one of the famous rugby players in Warrington.
Yeah.
And some woman who owned the oldest dog in Colchester. Sherry, the oldest dog, who was trying to get in the Guinness Book of Pet Records.
No way. How old is the dog?
It was 24. It was Jack Russell, and the oldest dog in the book was 21.
Wow.
So we were trying to get it, I wrote to the man. I said, it's this dog, and I told him all the story about it. So I haven't seen the book lately, so I don't know whether she got in it. But
yeah.
And what's the other one? Oh, George Duckworth, the cricket player. I interviewed his sister, Annie Bolton. So I've re-edited those conversations and for the soundtrack, and so it's coming along quite well.
Nice. Do you do the editing yourself?
I do everything. Well, do it with my husband Terry. We've always worked together.
What does Terry do?
Well, he was a graphic designer, and he's also a musician.
Nice. What kind of music?
Sort of banjo, guitar, Americana, harmonica. He used to be in blues bands. When we were in London,
nice.
He was in quite a few.
Yeah.
So he's quite good on the technical side, and but he hasn't got. I mean, I'm more patient with like doing interviews with people and that sort of thing. It's like editing. I'm more patient with that. If it doesn't go the first time, you've got to do it all over again.
It's quite time consuming, isn't it?
Oh
yeah.
So we're probably going for about 20 minutes for the video now.
Wow.
Which is quite long, really.
Yeah.
But I'll see, if I don't get it in the museum, it's only a one-off thing.
Yeah.
Then I'll show it off somewhere else in Warrington.
Yeah.
Just to mark, 30 years since she...
I think it'd be nice to have it in the museum.
Yeah.
And you should get like the papers involved as well. I think that's a really big thing. But,
so I say I'm going to be on Radio Warrington next Thursday.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh, it's exciting.
Good practice for that,
I
then.
really, really hate things like that.
Oh. I get really nervous as well. Yeah.
But it's something you've got to do, I suppose.
Yeah.
I've never really thought of doing much, promotion all the time, because I've always been busy painting, and but I've taken this year to just raise the profile a bit, because you realise, nobody knows who you are,
Exactly.
I've been working, my work gets used. I'm with Bridgman Art Library, Bridgman Images now.
Right, okay.
And they get your work used all over the place. Like, I've got some on Fred Olsen Cruise Lines use my pictures in the cabins and in the public areas, by the theatre and things like that.
Yeah.
I can't. I've seen them on their website, but I've never been on the ship, obviously. But
nice.
yeah, and book jackets, all sorts of things like that.
It's just nice to know that they're being used outside of the room.
I love it. I love it. I love it when they have a life of their own. They're like little. You send them out into the world, and some people don't like having their work used, but I love it.
No, I think I would as well.
So but I've done all this stuff, but nobody knows who I am. So
need some marketing and PR.
Well, because I was with a gallery in London from 1980. I'm still kind of with them, but
that's nice.
They gave up their real gallery.
Oh right, okay. So they're just online.
Online, and now they do art fairs, which is good, but I can't work that way,
Yeah, I've never done the art fairs and gallery scene.
Oh no, well,
that's
if you paint,
for me.
if you paint, you have to. That's the thing,
Yeah. So when did you?
We're stuck in traffic.
I know we are. Finally, we did it. I made a little sign. I don't know if you can see it very well.
Let's get stuck. All right, I see. Yeah. So we're actually stuck in traffic.
We did it.
Brilliant.
Funny. So So after you went to Warrington Art School, then you went to.
Well, actually, I did a 1 year. My mum said that I should get have something where I can get a job.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I like window displays, so I went to a course in Hertfordshire to do window display, but I lasted about a year, and then I realised, I really don't want to I want to paint,
Yeah.
So I just went off and lived in Cambridge. My sister was there at the time. She was at the university, so I went to Cambridge, and you just do whatever job you can find just to keep so you can paint.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And then went down to London and did the same there. Get a job, paint. Get a job, paint.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I went into sort of book jackets. Commissioned book jackets.
Yeah.
I did all the Farthingwood, Colin Dance Farthingwood books, children's books. I did the covers of those. I did Medusa Frequency by Russell Hoban, which was a kind of cult classic. And then I did, all sorts of. I did a whole book for Mitchell Beasley, which was The Future Now. I did about 18 illustrations for that.
Yeah.
So, things like that, anything to keep going, but painting all the time, at the same time.
That's your passion, painting.
Yeah.
What was it you didn't like about doing the window displays?
I loved posing about in the window, where you sort of have to, oh, don't look at me, because people are looking through the window at you, and you think, oh, this is great, but without, and sort of you pretend you don't like it, but it's nice in the window. But it wasn't painting, I kind of half enjoyed it, but it wasn't painting, and I just wanted to paint,
Yeah.
Single-minded.
Did it influence your painting?
Maybe in colours and things, possibly.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And maybe, because it's like a little box, isn't it? A window. It's like
it's got a frame to it, hasn't it?
Yeah. So I suppose it's similar.
What were the other jobs that you did after that then?
Often, sort of packing work in factories. I used to pack KTEL records, those mass-produced records.
Yeah.
In shops. I worked in ETAMS for a while. I don't think they have them anymore.
No, I used to go there.
Oh, right, yeah. I used to work in one of those in Uxbridge, I think that was.
Yeah.
Holland and Barrett health shop. Worked in a laundry once for a few months. It was terrible. It was really hot. Cleaning jobs, anything really.
Yeah.
Anything that didn't require. Oh, and then I learned. I was retrained to do audio typing. So I got really good speeds audio typing, and then got a job. Oh, it required. You put like earphones in.
Yeah.
And there was a tape recorder, and the loss adjuster. It was a loss adjuster's place I worked at. It's like insurance. They would tape their report, and it goes in your ears, and you type.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I loved it though. It was great, So just hear this voice in your ears, and then you sort of taking away.
Bit of a challenge, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but anything really to keep rent and stuff.
Yeah. So are you working on anything else at the minute other than your
only the video, and I've got 2 paintings in the Grosvenor Gallery open exhibition until September, and 2 in the Liverpool Art Fair until September.
Yeah.
So 2 old pictures that I've had for a while. Well, I got them back from the gallery because they weren't selling them, so I thought, why not get them back here and try up here, because I've not tried up here for a while. So those 4 paintings in the exhibitions.
Yeah. What made you start doing videos? It's quite different to painting.
The first thing for the first exhibition, for the Warrington exhibition, there was before Roger Jeffrey, there was a woman at the time called Cherry Gray. And she said, "Oh, are you making a video for the show as well?" And we said, "Oh, video." We didn't even really know what it was, because this is like 1989.
Yeah.
So we said, "Oh yeah." So we made a video with sort of old, cassette tapes of recordings and 35mm slides.
Yeah. And
to do it, we had to project the slides onto the wall, and then re-photograph slides on the video. It's still on YouTube, you can see it.
Yeah. That's funny. So it wasn't.
No, we didn't know what video was. You know, it was like so early. But it was quite effective, actually. It's,
yeah. So you must be glad then that she suggested it, because she's still doing
because it gives me a thing. And of course, when I made the video, I hadn't done the paintings. I was still working on the paintings because it was the same at the same time. You know, I was coming up and down from London, and I was tape recording local people, and I was painting the pictures as well. And you know, it's like that year was totally frantic, really. I don't know. I know, but the paintings weren't finished. But when I made the video, because I made the video earlier on.
Yeah.
But now the paintings, I have record of the paintings, so I'm putting those into the new video.
Yeah.
Because they're not in the present, the one that's on YouTube at the moment.
Yeah. So why do you interview local people?
I was doing the exhibition was called Warrington, the Story and the Fable, and I wanted to, you know, talk. It was all about Warrington, really. So I wanted to have the voices of some people from Warrington. You know, it's sort of all tied together.
Yeah.
But originally it was just called The Story and the Fable, but they said, oh, why not include Warrington in it? So I said, oh, okay. So they didn't like Story and the Fable, they thought it was a bit pretentious, but I got it from a Scottish poet called Edwin Muir, and it's to do with like the facts of a thing, you know, the everyday life is like the story, but the fable is the sort of more the imagination and the way you see things as a child to him.
Yeah.
But to me, I saw it as like the kind of underlying story of a place. You know, when the facts get forgotten and everything, stories get told and retold, you end up with something else, which is like the fable. You know.
Yeah.
But for the new video, I'm calling that Living Memory, because that's the link between telling the stories and the fable is living memory. It's what carries it forward, you know, from the past to the future. So
nice. So do you enjoy making the film as much as the paintings?
It's a different thing. It's easier, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, because painting is hard. Painting's really hard.
That's interesting. I would have thought it'd have been the other way around.
I mean, when we were at Newport Art School, it was early days of like conceptual art starting to come in. It was the end of abstract sort of colour type painting and the beginning of conceptual art, and we laughingly, we sort of did it as a joke, we did a bit of conceptual art, you know, because it was so easy.
Yeah.
You know, but it was easier than painting, and you know, painting is the hardest thing, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know why it is, but it is, you know. But it's the most satisfying, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you go into a kind of zone where you lose track of time.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's new, I think. I've never seen that before.
Oh, if there's any direction you want to go, just
I don't know. No, I don't. No. I mean, my parents lived in Orford. I was born in my grandparents' house on Manchester Road.
Yeah.
Because my parents didn't have a house at the time. They had nowhere to live.
Oh, wow.
So we all lived with my grandparents.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, until we got a council house in Orford. And but I haven't had the courage to go back there yet, because I don't know, it's too sad.
To Manchester Road? Or
well, I've been to Manchester Road and the house is derelict.
Yeah.
And then my parents lived at Fairbrother Crescent in the council house, and I think not sure what it's like there now. And then we lived in Tomlinson Avenue, which is also in Orford. But I haven't had the nerve to go back. I've looked on Google Maps. You know that Google World or whatever it is, where you can actually see where you used to live. You know.
Oh yeah, it's great that, isn't
yeah,
it?
but
It's very
I
strange.
haven't physically gone back, you know.
Yeah. Well, maybe sometimes you don't need to.
No. Sometimes it's better to remember because, like,
Yeah.
the Manchester Road house that belonged to my grandparents, it was so lovely, and now it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
2 sisters. One's in Edinburgh. One's in Retford. It's some sort of Nottinghamshire somewhere.
Yeah. And do they? What kind of career paths did they take?
Well, my older sister, she married a Scottish MP, and you know, she settled in Edinburgh. You know, she's never left there really.
Yeah.
And my sister is sort of more like housewifey sort of thing.
Yeah. Does she do any creative things as hobbies?
Yeah, she did go to university, and then she did writing as well, which was, you know, quite good. She was quite good at that.
Yeah.
But she never really kept it up.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it? You know, to do anything creative, a lot of sacrifices involved.
Yeah, that's what I'm interested in. Is what, yeah, the reasons why we do it, and who influences to steer away from it.
Yeah.
Because it is that whole money thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Worse now than it was.
Yeah.
You know, in the old days, you could go to London and you didn't really need that much money. You know, you could rent a place quite reasonably.
Yeah.
But now I don't know how anyone could live there,
I
really.
know, I don't know how people are surviving, the ones that are working on a minimum wage.
No, I really don't know how they do it. But it kills creativity, because there used to be lots of little enterprises and, you know, quirky little shops and things like that.
Yeah.
But when everything depends on money, that all goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just the bigger places left then that don't have any kind of like culture or creativity.
Yeah. I mean, even Manchester had lots of quirky stuff, but that's going as well. Liverpool's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But not Manchester's gone, I think.
The artists just get pushed out, don't
They
they?
do, yeah. Well, and often developers kind of almost use the artists to civilise a place, and then they move in, you know, and then they have to really expensive, you know, the artists get pushed out then to further out, and then they you know, repeat it again.
They definitely do. I might just stop and see if this can. There's like this weird. I don't know where to stop. Can you go up here? Let's go up here.
This is the back of Asda, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's like a weird rule with cameras.
Oh right.
That they can only record for half an hour.
Right. Just have a drink of water.
Oh, that's good timing. 28 minutes.
I see.
It's very strange rules that you don't know about. Do you like my technical setup?
Very good. That's really good. Was that meant to be there?
No, I don't
Just
know.
happened to be there.
Yeah, it's just the right size. And the Velcro.
It's very, very good.
It's not bad.
It's very convincing, isn't it?
Thanks.
Yeah, you know, it looks very professional. Yeah. But then,
dear.
you know, I'm not a techie, so yeah. Oh god.
Funny. So what about your friends? Were your friends creative people or?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, we used to, you know, at art school especially, we used to wander about, and you know, one time we were going to start a kind of enterprise between us at the time.
Yeah.
You know, doing all creative stuff, but because we had no money, so that just, you know, we couldn't do it. Now you probably could.
Yeah.
You know, but we couldn't then, so.
Was there not funding? You know, like now we've got the Arts Council and things.
Yeah, oh dear. Yeah, the Arts Council.
Oh no.
No. And I don't think the Arts Council is interested in any ordinary ways of they're not interested in painting or anything like that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
There's certain things that they
prefer other kinds of work.
Yeah. That's funny, isn't it? Considering it's the Arts Council.
Oh
they
yeah,
should
no,
kind of
it's
encompass
not.
all.
It's not for all kinds of art, no.
Yeah. So I'm presuming you guys tried then.
Oh, I used to think that the Arts Council was for all kinds of art, so I used to apply for grants. I never got one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever read a magazine called The Jackdaw. It's like a journal for arts.
No, I haven't. It's a nice name though.
If you read that, it tells you all about the Arts Council and Tate and all that stuff.
Yeah. That's interesting.
But you know, you can't think about that kind of thing. You just have to do your own work.
Yeah.
And otherwise, you know, if it makes you kind of bitter, or you know, you can't work. You know, you've got to keep your mind open, I think.
Yeah. So it's never stopped you from.
No, I've never relied on
it.
grants or anything. Just funded myself all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, if I sold a painting, I put that money back into doing another one.
Yeah.
And of course, always taken good photographs of my work, had them done, because otherwise I would have had nothing for the picture library. So
Yeah.
you know, some artists don't record their work, which is you really should.
I don't think you learn that till later on. That it's really important.
Well, actually, somebody came to our college to Newport, a visiting artist lecturer, and he said the best advice he could give us was always get good photographs of your work. And for some reason, I remembered that, and thank goodness I did, because you can. Those paintings then can provide you with an income later on, you know.
Yeah. This so I've got the show in October.
Yes.
And it's the first time I'm hiring a photographer.
Right.
To take some good pictures. So it's quite a lot of money, but I know it's going to be really worth it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, you need to keep a record of everything.
Yeah. There was like a creative practitioner meeting on what day are we on today? Thursday.
Yeah.
I think it was on Monday. Oh look, here's some traffic.
Oh right. Oh, we should be on that side. We should be on that side.
It was at Warrington Gallery.
Oh yeah.
I heard about it through Roger, but it was at the Pyramid Bar Hall.
Oh yeah, Pyramid. Yeah.
I was quite surprised how many people came. Actually, it was really busy. But did you know about it?
No, I'm not really in the loop yet. You know.
Oh, I'll have
if
to
I'd
email
known, I
you.
would have come.
Yeah, because I think basically it was a lady from the council that came along, and Leia who just started
Bill,
Culture Warrington, and they were just talking about what's going on in Warrington, and then lots of people in the room started to kind of voice their kind of like opinions and concerns about things.
See, yeah. I mean, I would have loved to come to that, but I don't know why I'm not sort of connected somehow. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I would, you know, I really would love to come to those things. I went to one event recently at the Pyramid. It was supposed to be organised by Google, I think, and it was all about digital stuff, but I couldn't really understand much about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you could tell me about anything like that, I'd love to
Yeah,
come
I will.
along. Yeah.
Oh, I could have gone then, couldn't I? This
No,
person
no,
behind
no,
me is
no.
going to get.
Don't worry. You're doing really well. I mean, God, it's like it feels quite normal, you know. Not scary, not like, oh my God, what's happening?
I thought it was like the ultimate driving test. This try to have a nice conversation and drive and make sure the equipment's
You're doing really well.
working. Thanks, that's really sweet.
Oh yeah, I'd love to meet Leah Biddle, because I tried to email her, but no one replies to emails anymore.
No.
And I'm not on Facebook, so I can't.
I'm not sure Facebook would be any better.
Some people, you know, they only have a Twitter thing and a Facebook thing, and I don't have either of those.
Yeah. Leia's really lovely.
I know she was something to do with the Warrington Wolves Foundation before.
Oh, right.
So she's like charitably minded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to meet her, definitely.
I'm going to do a...
3.10.
Yeah. A nice smooth one.
There we go. So yeah, but I mean, Roger's a bit. I'm glad he passed on my details to you for this, you know. But he's a bit. He doesn't always put two and two together, you know. Maybe he thought I was already in touch with her.
Yeah. I haven't got Leah's email, but I'd like to get it to respond to the meeting overnight. So if I find it, then I'll send it to you.
Thank you. Yeah, and I will come to the next one. Yeah.
Are you warm enough or cool enough?
I'm quite warm. Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I might put
Yeah,
the cooler on.
Yeah. Thanks.
Did you want a Jaffa cake?
A little bit. Whereabouts are they? Are they in, we could pull in actually. We could.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
We can have a little snack.
Yeah. Talking is quite tiring. Well, I don't know. I don't usually talk about my work or anything.
Do you not?
No, nobody to tell really.
Oh.
That's why you need to. That's why I need to up my profile with this thing, you know.
Yeah. That's right.
But I mean, Leah might be interested in the video because I'm talking to this old rugby man, you know, and she was with the Warrington Wolves Foundation, so she might be able to archive it somewhere. I believe they have some kind of archive there.
Did you want some tea?
Yes, I don't mind.
I've got sugar if you need sugar.
No, thanks.
There you go, help yourself.
Oh, thank you. So it goes like that.
It's got semi-skimmed milk in it.
Just a little bit. Thank you. Oops. Not much room.
I have to do a picnic in the car, and I bought the biggest box of Jaffa cake.
Thank you. Are we okay here, do you think?
I think so, yeah.
Might be able to build up a bit of a traffic jam anyway.
Yeah.
So that,
Make our own one.
yeah.
I tried to think of like what was the least crumbliest.
Yeah. A bit messy.
Biscuit.
Okay.
And my grandma lives in Warrington. She's lived here, I don't know, maybe like 30 years or so.
Whereabouts does she live?
In Great Sankey, is that? Or Penker.
Yeah.
It's by there's like a roundabout with a garage.
I'm not sure, but I know Penker's area, I think. Well, I know whereabouts roughly it is.
So yeah, it's nice being close to it, but then I feel really guilty if I don't go and visit very often, even though I live so close.
I know. I mean, I'm glad that in a way I've come back after all my relatives have died, really. No, I mean, that sounds awful. But it kind of limits you to a certain thing, doesn't it? You know, you've got to be that person that they think you are, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Families are funny. My mum and dad and sister still live on Anglesey. My sister's a police officer.
Oh, wow. Scary.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that because not many people realise
Yeah.
how scary it is.
I don't like authority figures, always frighten me a bit. And especially police, you always feel guilty of something even if you haven't done anything.
The studio, help yourself to another one if you want one.
Fine, thanks.
The studio's right next to I think the police station's just down the road, isn't it?
Oh yes, a lot of police people there. And yeah, there's loads and loads of like ne'er-do-wells and drug addicts everywhere. And they don't seem to do anything. They don't seem to notice them, you know.
I think across the road from the museum there's a like rehabilitation centre.
Yeah.
So they Yeah. I don't suppose there's much that they can do. It's a shame that you want some more tea.
Oh, no, I'm fine, thank you. Just making sure it's gone. Otherwise it
Thanks.
dribble down everything. Thank you very much.
This is my studio flask until I get myself well, I've got a kettle now, I just need to move it in.
So how come you managed to live in, you know, the centre of Warrington? Like, it's quite... I thought on the... Oh, so that's your studio?
Yeah.
Not because in the newspaper article it said Chapelford resident.
Yeah, that's right.
So I thought, I don't really know where Chapelford is, but I thought you'd have a long way to come.
Oh,
But
okay.
if you have a studio just across from the museum, then...
Well, I can take you to Chapelford if you want to see it.
Okay, yeah. Look,
Take you around some.
I've never been there.
Different
Is that
areas.
where they have like Arizona Close and
Boston Boulevard.
Yeah. All named after American things for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know why.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll show you the town.
I've never been. I don't think, may not have been there. You know, I mean, obviously those places weren't there. You know, Arizona, and that they wouldn't have been there.
No, it was an old airfield.
Oh, right, yeah. We used to go to school at St Oswald's, which is in Padgate.
Okay, yeah.
And there was an old airfield as well. We used to play on the artillery range when they weren't shooting at the time. No, but it was like an old one where they had like this thing you could climb up that had all sand all over it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you would find bullets and things in it. They used to shoot at it.
Oh, right.
But I think that was a different... there were quite a few air places, you know, because Burton Wood was the big American one, wasn't it?
Yeah, Burton Wood Road comes off of it.
So it must be part of that, mustn't it? Burton Wood. It must
Yeah.
be to do with Chapelford.
Burton Wood goes through it. This is where now I've got to be in the right lane.
This is a good traffic jam we've got here. Looks like a good one. Wow. They're going to do the cenotaph again, aren't they, eventually?
Oh, right.
That thing in the middle, it's been taken down for the moment and they're going to put it back.
Oh, okay. I used to come into town as a kid. Just shopping, really.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we used to. So you know, you have connections with Warrington,
Yeah.
as well as living in the on Anglesey.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I come here and have like a week of my summer holiday with my grandma and my step granddad Mark. But other than that, you know, I just came here for my grandparents.
Yeah.
And then my boyfriend recently got a job. Are you cool enough now?
Oh yeah,
Not too
yeah,
cold.
that's good. Yeah.
My boyfriend recently got a job up towards IKEA way. So we moved and have been here since only a year, really.
Yeah, so we've been here a year as well.
Yeah, it's very different. We
Yeah.
used to live in Manchester by Oxford Road Station.
Oh yeah, it's quite nice around there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's very studenty.
It is very student.
Yeah.
They get a bit rowdy.
Yeah,
at like 4 in the
yeah.
morning when you're trying to...
We were there the other night, well, a few weeks ago, at the Anthony Burgess Institute.
Oh, that's where our flat is.
Oh right,
That
wow.
Chorlton Mill.
Yeah, well, it was a performance of some blind boy Paxton.
Okay.
He's an American, you know, old-fashioned bluesy sort of, I can't really define it, music. So Terry said, let's go there, and Anthony Burgess Institute was quite nice.
Yeah, it's good.
They were a bit snobby, I think.
Were they?
Yeah, Terry wanted to record. He wanted to have a word with his blind boy and record him, but they didn't let him in the end.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Too precious, you know. Like it was like, oh no, I don't think he'd like to do that.
Well, did they ask him?
Yeah, well, he wandered off. Yeah, he'd gone for a walk round, and when he came back, they asked him, and he said, no, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, that's a shame.
But yeah, Anthony Burgess Institute is really nice around there.
Yeah, so because we own a flat in Chorlton Mill,
Right.
and so we're renting over here, and And then a friend of a friend stayed in the flat for a year.
Sort of.
Because we weren't sure if we wanted to stay here or go back there.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna. I think we're gonna probably sell it now.
Well, yeah. We're similar. You know, if we give it another year here, we'd been here 1 year. This is the second year. If things kind of shape up, if it gets better for art, we'll stay. If not, we'll probably move again.
Yeah. It seems like they're really trying.
I know.
The meeting that I was talking about that was on Monday. They really want to push things, but I feel like Warrington's a tricky area because it's caught between Manchester and Liverpool, and it's got. I feel like it always has those to compete with. So
and also recently there was a good councillor Price, who was very keen on the arts, and he was trying to get a theatre going in Warrington, but politics got in the way. He left Labour, joined the Change UK, and now he's an independent, and the theatre, or his portfolio or whatever in the council has been split up between various departments now. So they don't have a dedicated arts person, you know, for doing in the council. And so the theatre's been scrapped, and it's like as though the Philistines are winning again. You know, it's like a tussle between creatives and those who wanted just money, business, and the new market and everything.
The lady from the council said that Warrington's done really well business-wise, but they've kind of like forgotten about the culture side of things.
It's being sidelined a bit at the moment, and I really hope it doesn't go that way, because I can't wait another 10 years for them to do something. You know,
I'll crack on with it.
Definitely leave if
I think they're open for suggestions, like if you've got ideas of.
Despite it's getting to them though. I mean, I emailing doesn't work. You can't get the dedicated personal contact, you know, to speak to them. And they say they want to be open to ideas, but they're not. You can't get to them to
share them.
No.
There was a lady at the meeting who'd organised this collective of artists.
Oh yes,
And she piped up and she was a bit frustrated. She said, "You're asking for these things, and I've emailed you so many times.
That's it.
And not one of you's got back to me."
Yeah,
and it was
exactly.
a bit kind of like
I'm glad it's not just me, you know.
My grandma lives down that road there.
Right. You can go and see her.
Oh God. Go and get a cup of tea.
I think that we're frightened.
No, not at all. She'd love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Could do if you like. Do you want to?
Yeah, why not? Shall I show you around Chapel?
Let's have a look.
And then
if she's in, she might not be in.
I'm sure. Well, if she's not in, then she's probably just out shopping. But she'd love.
Visit.
She does bits of painting every now and then.
Oh right.
She makes me giggle because she'll paint like a fruit bowl and then she'll label it underneath fruit bowl.
Oh no, just in case people are not aware what it is. Oh, you didn't go to see that Eric Tucker show, did you?
No, I don't know.
The Secret Artist of Warrington.
Maybe I did.
A man, when he died, they found his whole house was stuffed with paintings.
I've heard about it. It sounds
brilliant.
Amazing.
And we went. It was like about November or something, and people were queuing all down the street to get into the house. The family, for 2 days, they let people in the house, and it was like a time capsule. I wish I'd taken photos of it. It was brilliant.
I didn't realise the house is open. I would have loved to have seen that.
Oh no, it was open, and it was like, there was his shoes, and there's his magazines from like the 50s or something, and it was amazing. It was a real experience, and ordinary people were like queuing down.
I bet.
It was weird in the cold.